Hey lads, how are we? What's going on? We're back. We're back for Waiver Wednesday and the delayed team list Tuesday. We're going to have a look at what happened on the waivers. I'm actually going to start with the waivers first. We're going to mix it all up today. Starting with waivers first, does that make any sense? Or should I do a quick little team list Tuesday? All right. Let's do a quick little team list Tuesday, shall we? Bit of late mail. Sasanji out with a hamstring injury this week. Bit of late mail. Sasanji out with a hamstring injury. All right. Let's have a look at the team list for this week. So Sasanji's out. The question is, and this question pertains to me specifically. I don't know if it pertains to you. I know it pertains to Jacob. Pertains is a sick word. Who's going to take that spot? Is it going to be Dane Laurie? Is it going to be Chevy Stewart? Or is it going to be Savelio Hot Tamale? We don't know. We will find out at 8 o'clock tonight. 7:50 for the 24-hour team list. So my money is on Dane Laurie moving to the wing. Seb Chris moving to the center. I don't think he wants to play Tamale. I think they're going to keep Tamale in New South Wales Cup. We've got a big in. Stafford Toa is a very relevant man on the waiver wire this week. We've got Luai holding his spot. He asked to go. He said to Benji, "Look, mate, if you think it's right, I'll go to the New South Wales Cup and we can keep Jock Madden." Benji's like, "Oh, cheers, bro, but you can stay." And then they lose. I'm not surprised. Luai, I don't rate you. Not just because you're shit in fantasy, but because, I don't know. I've never played footy, so I wouldn't really know. But I just don't like your attitude, man. You're all about the money. All right, let's have a look. Cowboys versus the Sharks. We got Mawini Hiroti, Jacob's boy. That means Sione Katoa has been dropped. Is that just a full droppage? I don't know. Doesn't look good for Sione Katoa. Maybe on the bye week he had a bit of a crazy one at Northies. I'm not sure. We got Sil Sifa Talakai starting in the centers. Big Pegger is very excited for that. We got Kealiro, Mr. Stoner Street. He's in there. Big AFB. Apparently he needs a big game. Toby Rudolph, some fucking dumb Aussie old lady comes into the shop yesterday. She's like, "Oh, you look like Toby. You look like Toby." I'm like, "What, you mean Toby Rudolph?" She's like, "Yeah." So, I mean, there you go. Me and you, Toby. Sorry, mate. Billy Burns. Mate, Britton Nickera just warming that bench all season. Feel bad for Kelvin. He not only messed up his first round pick, but he also messed up picking Britton Nickera. Cam McInnes returns from ACL injury. And that's about all there is for the news for the Sharks. The Cowboys look pretty much unchanged, except for the big Jeremias Nanias. So that's another waiver wire relevant man right there. Sonny Luke, Tom Makalele on the bench. So looks pretty good. And Broncos are absolutely decimated. Absolutely decimated. I love the word absolutely. I've noticed when I watch my videos back. They have been completely decimated by injuries. Jesse Arthur's still there. No Walshy baby. We got Jonathan Sewer in for the big leb Jacob Kiraz. We've got Adam Reynolds leading the way. We all know George traded him out. The old man ticking time bomb. Look at this forward pack for the Broncos. Ben Talty and Jack Gazewski. Who the fuck are these guys? And then we got big Xavier Willison locking it all up at number 13. And so they're missing Payne Haas, they're missing Paddy Carrigan, they're missing Corey Jensen. There's a lot of outs. There's a lot of outs there for the Bronx. The Bulldogs look to hit back against the Broncos this week after losing to the Eels. Pretty embarrassing. losing to the Eels. And we don't have Josh Curran playing in the centres this week. Otherwise, pretty much unchanged. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep this pace going. We're at 5 minutes. We're almost through. All right, the big Anzac Day clash. The biggest news. Cade Reed for the Dragons is in. Dean Young gets the job 5:30 p.m. on Monday. Goes home, tells his wife and kids. Next thing he does, jumps in the car, drives to Cade's house, knocks on the door. Cade's parents answer the door like, mate, who the fuck are you? He's like, oh, hi, I'm Dean Young. I'm the coach of the St. George Dragons. Also won a premiership back in 2010. They're like, oh, Dean, come on in, mate. Cade Reed's there fucking playing Xbox, playing fucking Fortnite or some shit, or Roblox, whatever these kids play. He's like, mate, Kyle Flanagan, everyone knows he's shit. Cade, you're in, buddy. I know you're only 69 kilos, but, mate, you are going to lead us back to the promised land, Cade. So, there we go. Cade Reed, the jeweler. I've been ripping on jeweler a bit. Apparently, he's a bit of a lad. He's a nice guy. All paper talk, apparently, about the no training. So, Fishburger, jeweler, shout out, brother. Next time I see you, I'll give you a high five, mate. But can you just try to play a bit better this week for me? We got to beat these fucking Roosters. These fucking cocky pricks. Look at them. We got Toby Couchman. He looks to be in great form. And we got the return of Ryan Couchman. Expect 80 minutes of absolute psychoticness on the edge. Maybe Jacob Halangahu comes on for 10. Christian Tuipulotu on the bench. Completely dropped from the team for Fair Guy and Setutu. I'm praying Valentine Holmes moves to the left now that Dean Young is in. So hopefully let's keep an eye on that. Roosters look pretty unchanged 1-13. Yeah, they look pretty unchanged 1-13. So not much happening there for the Roosters. Billy Smith at number 19. I feel bad for Billy Smith. He just can't get that body right, unfortunately. He's taken a fall off the scooter and he hasn't come back. All right, let's keep it moving. We got the Warriors versus the Dolphins in Wellington. Saturday, Anzac Day match. Another Anzac Day match. We got Tane Tuapiki coming back in at fullback. And other than that, the Wars look pretty much the same from last week. Kurt Capewell, pretty much the same. Let's have a look at the Finns. My boy Herbie Farnworth, the best centre in the game. Bradley Schneider comes in at 5'8". Nothing really too relevant for fantasy purposes here. No, not really. Trey Fuller still sniffing that bench. Unfortunately, he's not going to see the field anytime soon. Anthony, just letting you know, mate. Storm versus the Rabbitohs. Saturday, 25th of March, Anzac Day. 8 o'clock clash. Storm of 5 losses in a row. Up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. We've still got Manaya Waitere. We've still got Stefano, Harry Grant, Joe Chan, Cooper Clark, Trent Loiero. Still Sean Bloor on the bench. Mate, who knows what's going on here? He hasn't won his spot back. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, the Storm really need to turn that ship around. Just like some of you. Kelvin, George, I'm looking at you guys. Peter, you're a waste of space. Get out of here. Matthew Duffy for the Rabbitohs. The Cogra Maris boy. Cogra boys, make some noise. Matthew Duffy's back in to play a bit of fullback while Jai Gray nurses that shoulder. Trell Mitt, absolutely on fire. Hopefully he stays healthy for the Blues. Bronson Garlick. Brandon Smith, second row. I don't believe this. I don't believe this for 1 second. But he played awesome last week. Got to give it to him. My boy Ewan Aitken makes his return. Let's fucking go. Ewan, come on, mate. I need you. Keon Kalamatangi, still on the bench. Still having troubles with that knee. So Joshy's trying to sell that guy for a ham and cheese sandwich, but he just can't seem to get it done. All right, then we go to Sunday, 26th of April, 2 p.m. I'll be at Brookie getting on the beers with the boys. We got the Knights versus the Panthers. We've got any changes. James Schiller, the Shindigger. We've got James Schiller coming in on the wing for Greg Marju. Greg Marju's out with a HIA. Anything else? Francis Manulelua, he's a gun. Nick picked him up. He's very, very happy about that. That's about it. Panthers look pretty much the same. Tommy Jenkins, Milky, Blaze, Freddie Lussick. Another big, big name on the waiver wire. And we're going to see who managed to pick him up. Hot tip, it wasn't me. Sad. All right, finally we wrap it off. Wrap it up. We wrap it up. 4 Pines Park. Brookie, Sunday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect watching for some footy. Sea Eagles versus Para. Tolukula starts at fullback. This is very, very fantasy relevant. Tolukula. Does this dox myself by showing my profile? I don't know if I really care. I put this up on Reddit. It's got 12,000 views explaining that Tolukula is going to be the breakout star of fantasy for the next 6 weeks. He has the greatest positional differential in the game when playing fullback compared to playing center. Averages 62.4 off 7 games playing fullback. Now, he's going to kill it. So, Anthony, I know you're listening. I know you're very excited. Expect some great things from Tolukula at fullback. The Newington graduate, the 100-meter dash. I think this guy ran like a 10-1 or like a 9-9. Fuck, this guy was fast. 9-9 is a lie, but I know he was very fast. Let's have a look how fast this guy was. I reckon 10.58. That is elite speed. And how old was he? 17 years old. So imagine he stuck with it. Gout, brother. I'm looking at you, gout. All right, Clayton Falalo. Vince's boy still in there. Lehigh, my boy. Jamal. Nothing else really changes. Just Turbo is missing. Para is an absolute casualty ward. That's the ICU right now. Sean Russell makes his return for Yanni. We got Ronald Volkerman. Nothing else really too exciting for Para. They should... Mate, everyone had Bulldogs tipped last week, but Para managed to edge it out. So let's have a look at what happened on the waiver wire. So we had Paddy finally used his first overall waiver. He's been holding on to that thing like a good analogy I'm going to come up with later. Stafford Toa, starting center for the West Tigers. Drops Moses Leota. Easy drop. And Pat's been dying for a center, so it's a great pickup. Well done, Pat. Next, Mamazelis dropped for Freddie Lussick from your boy It's Goey Johns, the married man as of tomorrow, 10 a.m. Freddie Lussick, he is going to be another great pickup for Yanni. I'm very, very jealous because the week I need a bloody hooker, who grabs him? Yanni. Let's have a look at... You got to expect he's going to play at least 60 minutes at hooker, at least. And when he does that, he averages 39 points in 70 minutes. So it's pretty good. You'd be happy with that. You would take that. You would do worse. You can very much do worse. So that's a good pickup. Mamazelis, he's got that bench roll. So it's probably nothing too... You're probably not losing too much. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Mamu. Let's just see what he's been doing this year. Let's just see in that role of 2026. Averaging 29 off of 52 minutes. Highest score of 39. But now with Brandon Smith back, you don't really know what the minutes are going to look like. And you've got Garlic sitting there. So, yeah, probably the smart drop. And Yanni's still got Brandon Smith Cheese as a backup hooker. So, pretty happy with that. I had Freddie Lussick as my top waiver. It didn't happen for me. So, my next idea was Freddie Lussick. If I miss that, I'll go grab Sewer because I need a wing fullback. And then on the go around, hopefully I can grab Corey Pakes. And that's what I ended up doing. Brighton Lassans Seagulls burns a waiver, dropping Zach Labour for Fletcher Hunt. Fletcher Hunt, hat-trick against the Roosters last week. But Fletcher Hunt doesn't have very good job security. Like, yeah, I know he's started almost every game this year, but that's only because of injuries. Okay, yeah, he's played 6 games this year. First game he was the reserve when everyone was healthy, i.e. Ponga. And he's played a lot. He's averaging well, 41, but I just don't see any job security for this guy. As soon as someone like Best comes back and Marju, let's say Best and Marju come back next week, where does Fletcher Hunt play? Let's have a look. I'll tell you, he plays with his dick on the bench. But let's just have a look. So we've got Fletcher Sharp, Dominic Young, Dane Gagai, Fletcher Hunt, James Schiller. So Schiller drops out for Marju, and if Best is healthy, he comes in for Fletcher Hunt. Fletcher Sharp stays at fullback, and you probably stick with Sandon Smith and Dylan Brown. So a very, very outside chance, which I don't see happening. Fletcher Hunt moves to fullback, Sharp goes to 5'8", and Sandon Smith is now on your bench. But I do not see that happening. That's the only other permutation to this, but I can't see that happening. Mate, the Miracle Manifest, the change of name, the movements on the trade market, and now he's managed to pick up the St. George Saviour, Cade Reed, off the waivers. He's got his half for this week. I berated him. I was messaging him. I even made a video about him, telling him, you fucked up. But look at that. He's picked up one of the only halves available. So well done, George. He's making moves. He's making moves, and that's more than I can say for a lot of you. Fucking make some moves if you're not fucking doing anything, man. Jesus. Cade Reed, we already talked about this guy. I really hope he does really well. His New South Wales Cup stats are actually incredible. So if that's anything to go by, we Dragons fans, we might have something. So at 5'8", last year he scored 19, but this year I believe he's even going to be wearing the 7 for the Dragons on the weekend. He's averaging 63 in Cup. He's not really kicking much, is he? Where are all these points? Oh no, there it is. Sorry, kick meters. Yeah, he's kicking shitloads, kicking 300 meters. So there's 10 points in fantasy there. 11 points. He scores tries, set up tries, line breaks. This guy's a beast, but expect a lot of traffic coming at him. So Ryan Couchman, you got a big job on your hands on the weekend, brother. All right, next we've got I Love Corruption. Jamo Spaseski. Pompey, I don't know if Pompey should ever play NRL again. No, that's maybe too harsh. He's a decent player, but he's not an amazing player. I think they're probably better off giving Ali Leia Tower a go. And who else is playing center for the Warriors? Let's have a look. Who's our other center? I can't remember. George's boy, Roger. Let's go. So Volkman, was that a need spot for Jamo? Did he need a half? Because I know he's been struggling in the halves. Chanel Harris Tavita, DCE. I mean, they're both starting this week. I don't know if you really needed this halfback this week. Let's have a look, Jamo. Yeah, you just going to let him chill on the bench. That's fine. I don't mind the half stash. All right. Your Tri-Ball Chief drops off Sonny Luke at the bus stop, picks up big Jeremiah Nanai. Jimmy was in some DMs this week looking for edges, but he's picked himself up a nice little Jeremiah Nanai. Katonga's out, so Nanai comes in. Don't expect too much from Nanai, though. Why? Why do you say that, Stephen? Well, one, it's coming off of a shoulder reconstruction, so I doubt he even plays 80 minutes. Let's say he does play 80 minutes. let's say he does play 80 minutes, his long-term average is 44 with a base of 30. So, look, if he's going to score you 44, you're pretty happy about that. But let's see. Last year he averaged 39 with a base of 27. So, Jimmy, don't expect too much. I hope you're not expecting too much. Let's keep moving. We've got AFL Draft. Ben Talty and drops off Pia Kura. Okay, so that's just a sort of like a Josh just made a decision, needs a mid, drops off an edge. Let's have a look. He's got 3 mids. I don't understand. Do you have looping abilities? So you've got 2 mids now. Why wouldn't you just keep Pia Kura? Anyway, I'm going to get told off because I'm not allowed to be critical of people. Corey Waddell in, Oren Keeley out. So Williams obviously listening to League of Two After Dark. Corey Waddell, nice little mid-edge dual action. So we take those. How long have we been going for? 21 minutes for a team list Tuesday, waiver Wednesday. Let's keep it going, boys. Let's keep it fucking going. Josh Rogers in, Dane Laurie out for Jacob the Ricky Spewart. Is Josh Rogers even starting? I don't think he's even starting. He better not take minutes off of Corey Pakes. He's not starting. Josh Rogers is there. How many minutes did he play last week? Fuck, I hope he doesn't take minutes off of Corey Pakes. He didn't play in 2024, that's for sure. Oh, no. He played hooker last week for 50 minutes. Oh, no. And scored 45 with 42 in base. Holy shit. Who is this guy? 44 tackles in the middle. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Damn it. Fuck. If Corey Pakes shows up and scores 18 or 24, I'm going to be so fucking pissed off. Fucker. Damn it, Josh Rogers. This is... okay. Talon De Silva for Riley Smith from the Brighton Lassans Seagulls. You're not going to fix your team on the free agency, Peter. You need to make some trades. That is all I will say about that. The Schiller, the Shindigger, in. Takiyaho out for the Tribal Chief, making moves. Mariota in, Nolsey out. So Peter's making some moves. And then we've got the free agency. So after the RFA process is over, we've got the free agency. We've got the Hairy Anus bringing in Harrison Graham, shipping out Mitch Kenny. I'm a bit jealous of that now. Well, I mean, you're always just going to be jealous of what you don't have. I couldn't fit everyone in. Let's have a look at Harrison Graham. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't... Even when they needed to move Phoenix Crossland into the lock, he still only played 33 minutes. Man. This is going to be a tough week to beat Yanni. It's wedding week. Big Joe Roddy. The green machine in for Jacob. Corey Jensen with the lung explosion out. And then Jacob quickly changes his mind. Ships off Joe Roddy, the first overall pick for Kelvin. Brings in Cohen Hess. Oh, man, we made it. 25 minutes in and we're done. I know what you're all here for. I know what you're all here for. You're all here to watch me play some chess. What the fuck? Time for some chess. 425. Hope you all enjoy the chess games. They will continue until morale improves. I feel like I had this position already today. And I didn't learn anything the first time. Rook lift from India, 1866 versus 1872. How's the website looking? Website's looking pretty sick. I don't know what else to do. I just don't see a better move right now, so I'm just going to do something. Don't just do something, stand there. A draw? Why do you want to draw? No. Draw. The hell do you want to draw for? No draws here, friend. Draw. No draws, buddy. You're not going to become great asking for draws. I wonder if the 31-minute video will put people off. I doubt it. Bum 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 bum. It's so weird playing on camera. I don't feel like I can even think properly. It's very, very strange. It's a strange phenomenon. Another loss. Could have just ended it. Could have just ended the video. Nice. Ooh, shit. You know what? That was actually worth it. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That was sick. It was like the most obvious. What the fuck? I played at a 91.5 with one miss. 2400 rating. Are you joking? That felt like the worst game I've ever played. Oh, wow. All right. Let's have a look. Best move. Best move. Pulos. Sunjin. You guys aren't playing best moves on move 5. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. Good. Excellent. You're telling me you're playing 9 moves in and you haven't had one yellow, not one orange. You're not. You can't tell me that. So all I'm doing here is like, I know in my head a very like simple Sicilian setup, which is both your knights here. So Sicilian is that pawn starts, and then I just set my pawns up like this. I set my knights up here, and I put my bishops there. That's literally all I'm doing. I don't actually know theory or anything like that. I'm just playing chess. Okay? Like I said, my plan... Excellent. Excellent. My plan... Excellent. Very good choice. Oh, you can't even see why I'm saying that. Hang on. Let me move my fat head. Excellent. Very good choice. How good do compliments feel? Fucking hell. Let's keep moving. A logical capture. I'm just going to be telling you what the game reviewer is saying. So why did I do that? I wanted to start gaining more space on this side of the board. And when I looked at it, I was like, look, if I push and then I can go there, he can take, but I've got some backup. So I think it's just worth doing, just getting some movement. And then his knight had to move away. I thought that was pretty logical just to reinforce that pawn. And now I developed my queen. My rooks can now work together because now they're connected. They're nice and connected. That's a fair trade. That's a take. That's a best move. Fighting for this file. The C file. Get some taking action happening. That move's okay, but maybe not what, Stockfish would have played. I was really lost for direction here, so I just did something. I just did anything. And then, boom, made the big break in the middle. Best move. Threatening. So what I'm threatening is, let's just say he makes like a pointless move. I'm threatening this. Boom. Big fork in the middle. Boom. Pawn winning something. Pawn's going to win something. Okay, because you move there, I take there. You move there, I take there. Let's call it a fork. Okay? Okay. As soon as I did this, I got scared of taking back because I was worried about this. So I'm down a pawn here. And I just really don't see how this is good for me. Yeah, this is awful. How is this 0.4? I don't know. So I sort of changed my mind, but I just thought, you know what? I've got good control of this square right now. I'm just going to play another developing move, and that's my first inaccuracy on move 23. Paulos, I'm looking squarely at you, my friend, Mr. Chirpy. You're not getting to move 23 and making your first inaccuracy. 1400. Get the fuck out of here. First inaccuracy at move 20. That's like some Magnus Carlsen shit right there. Okay, missed opportunity. That's fine. A great move. And he blunders. So what should I have done? I missed this move. See, I was still worried about the same problem. I don't understand why this is any good for me. I just lost a pawn, and he's got a pawn wide open. What now? I've got the bishop pair. That's pretty nice. Oh, that's ugly. He defends like that. That is ugly. His knight's pretty dead, but his knight can take there whenever he wants. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Look, you're in move 29. You know, if you're going to make some bad moves, you're going to make some bad moves. And then we just make best moves. Oh. And that's the finish. 45-minute video. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.